This presentation is brought to you by Sales Nimbus, your partner in AI-powered lead generation.
Hi guys, welcome to today's guided training session. My name is Joe Budzinski. I'm co-founder of Sales Nimbus. First, I want to thank you for joining me here today. Second, let's start with a basic thesis, which is that the reason why most businesses are unable to grow is simply because they do not have a steady stream of prospects that are ready to buy their stuff. That's why in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through exact step-by-step instructions on how to set up a cold email system that can deliver 1,000 plus cold emails per day to your target audience without having to worry about landing in the spam folder, so that you can get a steady stream of buyers that are dying to work with you. And you don't have to worry about where your next meeting is going to come from. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. And without further ado, let's get it started. Alrighty, guys, here's the game plan. First and foremost, I'm going to guide you through the step-by-step process of building a robust cold email system from scratch. So we're going to be covering everything from how to set up the cold email infrastructure to how to generate leads to how to ensure that your emails actually get seen by the right people. Next, I'll share the specific tools and the tactics that we here at Sales Nimbus use to keep our emails out of the spam folder and get in front of the decision makers. And finally, we'll discuss how to scale the system so you can consistently generate leads, close more deals, and significantly grow your business. So by the end of this, you'll have the knowledge to build a powerful and automated lead generation machine. Let's get started. What exactly is cold email? So think of cold email kind of like a silent sales force. It's going to be working around the clock. It's reaching out to potential customers who don't even know that you exist yet. And unlike ads or content marketing, cold email is direct and it's right to the point. It's about getting your message straight into the inbox of the people that matter. And those are the decision makers who can make a difference to your business. And because it's automated, it's also scalable. And once you set it up, it's just like having a team of sales reps that are working tirelessly around the clock, filling up your pipeline with opportunities without all the overhead that would normally come along with that. Why should you care about it? Because this puts you in the driver's seat. You're not going to be sitting around waiting for leads to trickle in through inbound marketing or waiting for somebody to stumble across your Twitter or your website or your ad. And with cold email, you're taking a proactive approach. So you get to decide who you want to target, when you want to reach out, and how many people you want to connect with. So it's about scaling your outreach in a way that's both massive and controlled. And more emails mean more eyeballs on your offer, and more eyeballs on your offer means more leads means more money. So it's simple math. Here's the real power of cold email here. It allows you to zero in on specific target personas, your ideal client profile. And these are the ones who actually make decisions, right? We're talking about CEOs, marketing directors, IT directors, whoever your ideal avatar is. Those are the people that have the authority to say yes to your offer. So when you're able to get the message in front of the right person at the right time, that's a game changer. Cold email allows you to bypass all the gatekeepers and go right to the source. You're not just casting a wide net out and hoping for the best. What you're doing is you're strategically targeting the exact individuals who can move the needle for your business. And here's the kicker. It's about being proactive. Instead of passively waiting for somebody to discover your business, you're actively reaching out. You're filling your pipeline with fresh, qualified prospects every single day. So this way, this is the problem that it solves. Your sales team isn't going to be sitting there wondering, where's my next lead going to come from? How am I going to get my next discovery call, right? That's because you've built a system that consistently delivers that to them. And that's what sets your business apart from all of your competition, is now you have the ability to maintain a steady and reliable flow of new opportunities day in and day out. That just dramatically changes the valuation of your company and your ability to scale it. Now, let's talk about execution. So, how do you make it cold email work effectively? First key is to make everything about your approach look and feel human. Even though you're automating the process, what you're doing is your emails need to come across as personal and authentic. So if it sounds like it was written by ChatGPT, they're not going to respond. You're going to get flagged as spam. You're probably going to burn that sending domain, and your emails will never see the light of day. Just think about it. How would you respond if you got a generic mass email that sounds like they're selling you something, or you get a piece of junk mail? You probably don't even open it. You probably just toss it right in. You can tell just by looking at the envelope that it's spam or that it's junk mail. So it goes right in the trash. Most of us delete it or throw it in the trash without giving it a second thought. And that's why it's so important to craft emails that feel genuine, they're tailored to the recipient, and they're worthy of their attention. One of the first pieces in the puzzle of crafting a grand slam offer for a cold audience specifically is figuring out exactly what you're going to sell and who you're going to sell it to. You should know both of those things just like the back of your hand. And the offer can vary, and you can play with the order of each variable, especially if you're selling into a highly sophisticated market or a saturated market. But just for this example, let's consider a simple formula. We help A do B in C using D. And the example here is we help jewelry stores generate 30% more revenue in the next 90 days using TikTok ads. All right. So A is your ideal avatar. That's the jewelry store owner. B is the promise. In other words, generating 30% more revenue. Or said another way, we help A go from current state to the desired state. And then C is the time frame, which is 90 days. D, that's the how. That's the TikTok ads. That's your unique mechanism that solves their salient pain point. So this is a basic framework that you guys can borrow. It'll work for you, but what you have to do is test what variables in what order are going to resonate with your audience. And you're probably not going to get it on the first shot. So in a sophisticated market, you might need to throw in a couple unique mechanisms. Make it a no-brainer. Throw a guarantee on top of it. Try changing the salient pain point, maybe from saving money to saving time. See what works. Use feedback from your discovery calls with the prospects to find out what resonates with the cold audience. And if it's a very technical audience, again, try explaining the unique mechanism. Say, like, this is how we do, how we achieve the promise by, you know, insert competitive differentiator, right? And then once you figure out what resonates, it's time to scale it. Step two is embracing horizontal scaling. So this is, again, this is a game changer. This is a must. This is a necessity. And rather than trying to send 1,000 emails from one account, which, let's face it, that's not going to work, you're going to just spread that out across multiple accounts. So you're going to have multiple inboxes all sending. And this approach keeps you under the radar and it makes sure that your emails actually get delivered. So you can kind of think of it like using a fleet of small vehicles instead of one giant truck. You'll be more agile, you're less conspicuous, and you're far more effective that way. You also want to set up multiple email accounts, right? So let me break it down for you. If your company is salesnimbus.com, you're going to want to use a secondary sending domain. You don't want to use at salesnimbus.com. So you might create email accounts like joe at denverdma.com or joe at mysalesnimbus.com, so on and so forth. And by spreading your email across those different accounts, you're mimicking the behavior of real people. So again, you're not a spammer, you're a professional reaching out with a relevant message to the right people. And you also want to diversify your infrastructure. So in addition to doing like name one at company, name two at company, you'll take it a step further and do different domains that don't sound like each other. Like I just showed you in the last slide, you could use Denver DMA and go.mysalesnimbus.com, like a subdomain. And if you're spreading it across, multiple domains that don't sound like each other, you're mitigating your risk. So you're not putting all of your eggs in one basket. And in other words, by using multiple domains and multiple inboxes, you're going to further reduce your risk of being flagged as spam, and that will increase your chances of getting through to your target. So it's about spreading across your activity to look more human and less automated. And this is crucial for staying off the radar of spam filters and keeping your email delivery rates high. Don't overdo it either. And this is where many people do it wrong. They think more is better, right? With cold email, moderation is key. You're going to aim to send between 25 and 35 emails per day from each account. That's a conservative number, and that will keep your activity under the radar and help you avoid triggering any kind of spam filters. So if your goal is to send 1,000 emails per day, you would need about 35 accounts for that. And it's about quality and sustainability, not just quantity. So this is a little technical. You also want to make sure that your emails are properly authenticated. And to do that, you'll need to set up MX, DKIM, SPF, and DMARC records. What these are security protocols that tell the email providers that your messages are legitimate. You can kind of think of it like armor that protects your emails from getting flagged as spam. So without the armor, you're leaving the campaign vulnerable to being blocked or being ignored. And by setting up these up correctly, It's like laying the foundation for a strong, resilient email strategy. With your setup complete, it's time to talk about lead generation. You might be thinking, where the heck am I going to find 1,000 emails or 1,000 people per day to email? New every day. Here's the good news. You don't actually need 1,000 new prospects every single day. Much of your email campaign will involve following up with the leads that you've already contacted. And follow-ups are key because not everybody's going to respond to the first touch. In fact, most people don't. And it takes several emails to get a prospect to engage. So a significant portion of your daily emails are going to be those follow-ups. And what that's going to do is make your list building task much more manageable. Let's talk about building the list. How do I contact them? You're going to be using a tool like Apollo or Clay.com or ListKit to source high quality leads. The more popular ones mean that you're fishing in the same pool as everybody else. I like Clay.com because it aggregates across multiple different providers. And this tool allows you to filter job title, company size, industry, location, keywords, intent. There's so many different things different data points that it can filter on and different parameters. So basically, whatever criteria that matters to your business, you want to put in there. And that type of precision targeting is ensuring that you're reaching out to your ideal avatar with the right message. Here's a good example for you. Let's say you're targeting optometry offices, right? You're going to filter your list to include businesses within a specific geographic area that are optometry offices. And you're going to ensure that your message is relevant to the owner or the manager of an optometry office. Maybe you're going to highlight how your services helped their competitor or another similar business that's in their area or in their industry. And the more tailored your approach is, the more likely you are to get a response and convert that call, that discovery call that you're booking, into business. So relevance is king in cold email. And if your message resonates with the recipient's needs or their challenges, you're far more likely to get them to engage. You also want to maintain a clean list. This is super important. This is a non-negotiable. It's not enough to just build the list and leave it at that. You got to keep it clean. You got to keep it up to date. So you need to regularly validate and clean your list to remove any unresponsive or outdated contacts. Maybe somebody retired. Maybe they changed companies. They're no longer part of that company, which means that their email is going to bounce. So by getting rid of anything that bounces, you're going to improve your delivery rates, and that's also going to keep your sender reputation intact, which is kind of like your credit score for your inboxes. Remember, this is about quality over quantity. But here's the catch. Even the best list is worthless if you're getting emails that bounce. So you need a tool to do this for you. So I use Reune. There's also Zero Bounce, there's Never Bounce, there's Million Verifier. Like I said before, this step is non-negotiable. This protects your sender reputation and it ensures that your emails are going to reach their intended recipients. And a smaller, well-maintained list will always outperform a larger, neglected one. And the cleaner your list is, the more effective your campaigns will be. And just a little side note, Clay.com allows you to do an API integration with some of these tools like Zero Bounce or Reune, which makes your life a heck of a lot easier. Instead of toggling between two tools, you have it all a one-stop shop. Now you want to craft your copy. Now you got your list. It's time to focus on getting the message right. Your email copy needs to be sharp, concise, and tailored to your audience. And you've only really got a few seconds to grab their attention. So you got to make every word count. So you want to start with a compelling yet vague enough subject line that piques their interest, that gets them to open the email. The way this works is the subject line is selling them on opening the email, and the body of the email is selling them on setting up the meeting, right? So in the body of the email, you should clearly communicate the value prop or the value of whatever you're offering. Like, what problem are you solving for them? How are you different from everyone else who's trying to get their attention as well? And the more specific and the more personalized and more relevant you could be, the better. You also want to use spin tags here. This is a trick to create multiple variations of your emails. Basically, it allows you to write a single email that can be sent out in multiple variations. This ensures that each email looks unique, even if the core message is fundamentally the same. So it's a great way to avoid spam filters and keep your emails looking human. So for example, instead of starting every email with hi first name, you could use spin tags that'll programmatically alternate between hi, hello, greetings, hey, And then small changes like that can make a big difference in how your emails are received. It's about staying off the radar while delivering a consistent and targeted message. Here's an example for you, going back to the optometry offices, right? Your email might start with something like, "Hi, first name. I noticed your practice in, say, New York City, and I wanted to share how we've helped similar businesses attract more clients through targeted email campaigns." So notice how the message is personalized and it's directly relevant to their business. It's not only grabbing their attention, but it also positions you as somebody who understands their specific needs. So it's about making your emails feel like they were written just for them, even though they're part of a larger campaign. And when you're launching your campaign, you got your infrastructure, your list, your copy all ready to go. And now it's time to hit send. You don't want to just blindly blast out all the emails. You want to use a cold email tool that can rotate through those inboxes and then also automate your follow ups. And this is going to keep your campaign running smoothly and maximize your chances of getting responses. The key here is consistency. Cold emailing isn't just a one and done deal. It's about ongoing outreach, ongoing research, continuous testing, iteration, and refinement. And you should be analyzing the open rates to figure out which subject lines are working best for you, the response rates to figure out what copy is working best for you, and you're going to tweak your approach as you go on. So you're going to start with the testing phase, and then you're going to once you figure out what resonates, then you'll scale it, and you'll go to the scaling phase after you figure out what's working. Uh, handling responses. So you got your emails going out. What happens when the replies start coming in? So you need a system to effectively manage those responses. The goal here is to book meetings. So time kills deals, right? You want to respond quickly and keep the conversation focused on setting up a time to talk further. So be prepared to handle any kind of objections. This is where your sales skills can come into play. And the more prepared you are to address their concerns and move the conversation forward, the better your chances of closing that deal. The vast majority of people that respond to you, it's either going to be yes or a no. So with yes, make it easy for them. Give them, say, "Hey, we've got Tuesday and Thursday open. Which one works best for you?" Or something like that. So every response is an opportunity. Treat it with the urgency and the importance that it deserves. If you want to go even deeper here, you can check out our comprehensive cold email course where I'll break down for you step by step with real world examples, some templates. I'll give you the advanced strategies that leverage AI as well on top of that. And whether you're just getting started or you're trying to figure out how to optimize your existing system, this course is going to give you the tools that you need to succeed at scale. So we'll dive into the nitty gritty details that can make or break your campaigns. And by the end of the course, you'll have everything that you need to build, launch, and scale your cold email system that consistently delivers results. Here's my shameless plug. So, if you are running a B2B tech company and you're doing over 25K a month in top line revenue, and you have a large total addressable market of 30,000 decision makers, and you have social proof, you have ROI based case studies. If that sounds like you are a excellent candidate for our Done For You program, where we'll do it all for you. We'll manage and build out your cold email system in house. And if that sounds like you, go head over to salesnimbus.com. That's salesnimbus.com. We specialize in taking all the guesswork out of cold emailing so you can focus on doing what you do best, which is closing deals and growing your business. So if you got any questions, make sure to drop them in the comments and let's chat. We're here to help take your lead generation efforts to the next level. So thank you so much, guys, for attending my presentation. I hope you found the value in this. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, hit all the things that make the algorithm happy, and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks again. See you.
Thanks for watching. Book a discovery call with Joe at salesnimbus.com.